A fully stocked pantry. It has never been more important than now. If you don't know me, I'm Hope. Larry's behind the camera.
Hi.
This is Under the Median, where every week we talk about practical frugality. There are a lot of reasons why having a fully stocked pantry is super important. But right now, dock workers are getting ready to go on strike here in the United States. What some people don't realize is, first of all, there are a lot of ports all along the eastern coast of the United States that will be affected by this strike. So it's a large strike. Secondly, they don't understand that for every day that the dock workers are on strike, the supply chain is backed up by 5 days. Now, with ratios like that, it won't take long before, even after the dock workers go back to work, it's going to take a while to unravel that supply chain and put it back in good order. I'll give you some more reasons toward the end of this video why it's important to have a fully stocked pantry. Larry and I will also reveal how many months of supplies we have in our personal pantry. But what if you need to do that and you don't have a whole lot of money? One of the ways to effectively stock your pantry without spending a lot of money is to buy items in bulk. Now, for several months now, we have had on our calendar a trip to Amish Country to buy some pantry staples in bulk. We took you along with us on that trip, and we'll show you exactly what we got. But before we head to Amish Country, if you're questioning exactly what you should have in your pantry, grab a copy of our free Pantry Stock Up Workbook. I'm gonna make sure that there's a link in the description of this video. And now let's take a look at the bargains we got. Let's start over here and talk about the salvage food that we got. We got silk almond milks and also silk oat milks. These were the small ones. I just started seeing these in the store. Anybody else seen these? I feel like usually a half gallon is the size that they've always sold before. And I'm wondering if what they're doing is packaging it in a smaller package, and then you're getting half the amount of product, so you feel like you're buying what you're gonna use at one time, right? But I am willing to bet that when you figure per ounce, that when you buy it in this form rather than the half gallon form, it's probably going to run you more per ounce than if you were buying the half gallon silk milk. These do last us quite a while. We only use them when we are putting them on our hot cereal in the mornings. 75 cents is what it was marked down to. We do check the stop dates, by the way, the sell by dates at the store. If they're not too far past the sell by date, we go ahead and pick them up. 75 cents, so that means a half gallon, it would be $1.50. That's a good price for plant-based milk. We did another bulk haul at the same store about three and a half months ago. I was able to get this exact same sauce. This is sweet red chili sauce, and I'd never tried it before. A lot of you told me in the comments on that bulk haul video that this stuff is really good. You told the truth. This stuff is so good. So I was really hoping that they would have some more of these left when we went, and they did. They had 3. I bought 2 of the 3 that they had on the shelf. Gluten-free spaghetti. Our son Daniel's girlfriend is gluten-free, so usually when I can pick up something that's gluten-free and I can get it for a good price, I kind of keep it on the shelf here, so in case she comes over and we're having dinner, that she's got something I know for sure that she can eat. This was, let me check here. This was $1.99 and it's 12 ounces. I don't buy gluten-free products a lot, so some of you can tell me whether this was a good deal or not. I feel like it probably was based on what I've seen around here. This is called Just Ranch. It's vegan salad dressing. It's a kind of a small jar. I think it's only 8 ounces. It's $1.49. That was also in the salvage food section. We tried this when we were there 3 months ago. They had some of these. It was pretty good, so we bought another one. All right, here's something I need some guidance on. This was marked down to $2.99. This was in their bulk food section. Apparently it had been in there for a while, so they marked it down a little bit. Carob powder. I have never, ever used it, but I've heard good things about it. I'm gonna do some research and find out. And so I remind myself, what are the good things I've heard about carob powder? I think that it's a substitute for cocoa powder. I've never used it. I'm really looking forward to trying it. If you use this stuff, tell me what you do with it. These are unabashedly junk food. This is the restaurant size supply of Cocoa Puffs. It's $3.99. Now there's a story because our son Daniel, who is 20, really likes to put this on top of his hot oatmeal in the morning, kind of like he's making a breakfast parfait. and he's using this instead of granola. So I don't know, you know, the things you do for your kids. $3.99. These are prepackaged tortillas. Now I make my own tortillas a lot, guys. These were 79 cents, and I think there's 12 of them in each package. Look, to make my homemade tortillas, it's between 4 and 5 cents per tortilla. If you want a tutorial on it, I showed you exactly how to make homemade tortillas in a video. They're super easy from scratch, and they are really inexpensive. But hey, I was there, and these will kind of cut some time off of food prep time for me. I'll make sure that I leave a link to that video where I show you how to make homemade tortillas. I'll link it up above and in the description of this video. One more thing we got from the Salvage food section. These, I don't think I can make for this price. These were 99 cents. These are the great big O tortillas that you make the wraps with. There's 12 of them in here. They were 99 cents for 12 tortillas. So I really can't make tortillas this large, so that was a really good deal. Let's talk about some bulk food and what we bought in bulk. Larry's favorite afternoon snack, popped white popcorn. We bought this in bulk, and I have my cheat sheet here, so I'm going to tell you what we paid for it last time. 10 months ago, we got 25 pounds of it, and it was $22. Today, we bought the same 25 pounds of popcorn. It was $22.25, so it has gone up by about 10% in the past 10 months. This is baking cocoa. I buy 5 pounds of it. I do not buy it very often. In fact, I went back and I looked. The last time I bought it was 4 years ago, so it lasted me a lot longer than I actually thought that it lasted me. I usually get it in the fall, guys, because in the wintertime, the guys really like to have some hot cocoa, homemade hot cocoa. So I go ahead and buy it 5 pounds at a time. The last time I bought it was 4 years ago. I did get 5 pounds of it for $25 from GFS 4 years ago. That is the exact same price that I just paid today. Got 5 pounds for $25. So that really has not gone up a price at all. A couple of large bags. We got lentils. We eat a lot of lentils in this house, 25 pounds. Now, 10 months ago, 25 pounds of lentils, I paid $27. Today, I paid $29.50. So once again, this has gone up probably about 10%, a little bit more than 10%. Steel cut oats. The steel cut oats we bought in October of 2023, so we bought them exactly a year ago. We paid $35 for 50 pounds of steel cut oats. This is our main breakfast, guys. For breakfast, we always rotate between cream of wheat, steel cut oats, and just the regular old-fashioned oats. So we buy the oats in 50-pound bags, and we buy the cream of wheat in 25-pound bags. That is the least expensive way to do it. That makes breakfast our least expensive meal of the day. So 50 pounds of steel cut oats, and exactly a year ago, $35. The same size bag today, $36.50. So it's only gone up $1.50. If you've watched any of my haul videos in the past, you know that it is family tradition. When we go to the Amish store and stock up, we leave about $20 to buy food that we don't buy regularly. And it seems like every time we go, our son Daniel is having guests in. So some of this is for a party that he is having tonight with some of his friends. Veggie crisps, these were marked down to $1.99. These are the restaurant version of Tostitos. So that's regular tortilla chips, $1.99, and that's 16 ounces. Over here we have some really fun. These are grain-free, gluten-free chips. These were 25 cents a bag. We got different kinds. We got Chipotle barbecue chips, and then we got some nacho chips that also were dairy-free, and those were 25 cents. Over here, this was our son, our 16-year-old son, Philip's choice. He loves this, I don't know what you call it, La Colombe.
Good coffee.
I don't know. Larry calls it good coffee. So does Phil. I'm going to take one of these out so you can see what they are.
$4.
This is fancy coffee, and it's mixed with oat milk. So it's a vegan version of like a coffee drink. These are sweet chai latte. I don't know. Lattes, like chai is not my thing, but but we'll see. This was Phil's choice, and I think he's going to enjoy it. These are going to go out also at the party later tonight. Altogether, what did we spend? We spent just a smidge over $150 on this trip. Do you save money by buying in bulk? Yes, you do. One of the questions that we always have is, why are you buying so much in bulk? Our working pantry is for around 6 months of food. We are not preppers. We are not prepping for 1 to 2 to 3 years. This is food that in our family will last us at least 6 months. Also, the other reason that we prep, and maybe it has to do with the fact that I grew up in a little bitty town that was 45 minutes from the nearest big city. But my parents always had a really good working pantry, because if you got snowed in a little bitty town, you weren't going anywhere for 2, 3, 4 days. So you wanted to make sure that you just had enough food on hand to last for a little while. And I do think that this is one of the mistakes that I see Americans making right now, is they don't have their pantries fully stocked. Go today, look at your pantry, make sure it's fully stocked. Now, if you want some tips on how to organize that pantry, I'm going to link my last video that I did where I showed you my last bulk haul. And in that video, I took you to my pantry and gave you some tips on organizing your pantry so you can know exactly what you have in that pantry in 30 seconds or less. That video is right over there.